Hey Scorpio, it's Empress Rose here, and welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength on this reading, go check your other major placements. Your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus is the whole suite of what is generally referred to as major placements. And I will also post pictures of the spread at the end, if I don't forget. And all right, well, you are ready to talk here. We've had some that didn't want to say anything, but we've got something here. So, all right. Oh, you've got a vision. You can see something. It's going to be happening for you. You have a far-reaching vision right here. You're still a little looking at the past, but you're ready to move forward. Your heart's ready to move forward, even though your brain might be looking at. So I think your heart is seeing a vision here. Your heart's connected with something. Your brain may be a little hung up on something from the past. So why don't I show you the cards? We have Red Garden here. So we have looking back at the past, seeing something back there with sort of rose-colored glasses. Maybe you're remembering it as better than it was. Your heart's ready to move forward. You've changed. You've learned everything you can from that. You've gotten what you can, at least from the way that you see it and the way that you perceived it and understood what had happened. The way you perceived it, I'm repeating myself, and understood what had happened. You've learned, you've grown in obvious ways, and you've grown and you've changed since that happened, since that event, in obvious ways and in not so obvious ways that are maybe a little more private and really personal. Your heart's ready to move on, even though you may still be looking back at the past here. It has something to do a little bit with your self-worth and your concepts of self-worth and what that means, concepts of safety, concepts of a right to exist in a way, a right to be who you are, and that sort of thing. That's the way that you've changed. You now feel more comfortable with who you are, and you may be remembering or looking back on something in a skewed way. That's an interesting concept, that even if you, because what I'm getting from this card is that you're seeing something from your past in a bit of a skewed way. Nevertheless, you have grown quite a bit as a person and quite a bit in your self-growth. And perhaps even seeing it in that skewed way has caused this growth in your self-worth and self-perception. So I have never really thought about that before, that even if we see something incorrectly or I want to say through the glass darkly or with rose-colored glasses or something like that, that doesn't hamper our ability to grow from that. It's almost like that misconception of what happened back there, that not quite seeing it quite accurately, and what even is accurate, like according to who, your perspective. You saw something through your own eyes and through your own perspective, and it helped you grow and changed you. But it is time to move on now. Your heart's ready to move on. I've never thought about that, as far as like, even if you saw something not quite truthfully, it could still help you grow. And maybe even seeing it not quite truthfully helps you grow. The person changes you. All right. So anyway, and then your heart's ready to move forward. And then you're seeing something. You've got a vision. You've got an idea. Okay, you've got this grief maybe. And maybe it's not that you see the thing from the past as very, as perfect and wonderful. Maybe it's not rose-colored glasses. Maybe it's just something back there. You just see it. You see it from your perspective, but not from the other perspectives. And there may be things you don't know about what happened back there, that you don't know that that's why that person was acting that way, or that's why that happened. You might not know, but that didn't hamper your ability to grow from the situation. So you do have some grief here, but you're very well balanced, and you do have a vision for the future. Nobody else can see it. You're the only one that can see it. You're the only one that can see where this is going. Your heart wants to go forward, even though your mind's maybe still trying to figure out what the hell happened over there. Your heart's ready to move forward, and your heart has an idea of where it wants to go, and you're the only one that can see it. You've got a personal, private vision that you're the only one that can see. Let's fly agaric mushroom. And then this is the journey card. So this is a partnership of some kind, either with a committed partnership. And it's not a committed partnership where we make a commitment and then we stick with it. It's like a very natural committed partnership in which it's just some part of ourselves, some integral part of our lives that's going to be with us for a very long time. Either an idea, a career, a vision. I think it's this vision that you have. It's going to be with you for a very long time, and it's going to be guiding you into the future. There's been an immediate connection, an immediate understanding of the kindredness or the something meant to be, and you understood that immediately. And the commitment isn't like, okay, come what may, I promise I'm going to do this. It's just like, this thing's with me. This is a key part of who I was and who I am, and I was meant to come across this idea or this path or this person right now at this time. And I won't say it's going to be an effortless commitment, but it's not like a forced commitment or anything like that. It's a very natural soul commitment to something or somebody. I think it might be this vision that your heart can see that nobody else can see. I love her little party dress. It reminds me of my little Annie doll. And she had this party dress, my orphan Annie doll. And she had this party dress. And it was just always, to me, was like, that is what you would wear to a good party. And she's wearing a very similar dress. So she's got a red, oh my gosh, there's a lot about self-worth. On your mind. And this sense of self-worth is going to protect this dream of yours. It's protected. This sense of self-worth is here to protect you. And it's part of this vision. It's part of this long-term commitment or long-term commitment just sounds too forced. Long-term passion. It's part of this long-term passion, and it started with this change. Something happened in your past, and it changed you, and it changed the way you see yourself. And it brought in this passion that you have, this long-term vision and passion that you have. And there's something about feeling worthy of it. And that protecting you and protecting the vision. A sense of protection and worthiness, and that sense of self-worth, protecting you and being part of the connection, that you're making here. All right, Scorpio, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. We have some technical difficulties here. All right. Oh my gosh, this is fascinating. So Libra just got the devil in the same position, and Virgo just got the sun in the same position. In your recent past, you have the Four of Pentacles. This can be a little bit obsession, or maybe in love with something, in love with an idea, in love with a job, with work, with some sort of maybe even possession. This can be a little bit obsessive. When it's a newborn baby, it's perfect. You need to be a little obsessive about those things because those things are very demanding, and if you're not willingly, happily meeting those demands because your obsession asks you to, it could be very annoying and difficult. But anything other than that, it might be a little too clingy, a little too possessive about something in your recent past. Being very fascinated, a little possessive, a little clinging, a little absorbed by something in your environment or something that you have, your money, your job, your work, maybe even a relationship that you were a little bit obsessed with. It was your precious. It was your something you had a lot of difficulty letting go of. It looks like possibly the letting go of process had to do with developing more of a sense of self-worth and being understanding that you would be safe and okay even without this thing in your life. In your present situation, you're dealing with some epiphany here, a brand new beginning, a new idea. I think we could be dealing with this vision here, a new idea coming in. It somehow pierced through the armor and got through some barriers that had been set up. And it sort of this divinely guided, like sort of truth, vision, epiphany, understanding coming in here, a new beginning of an idea or a communication or something like that. I think it is this new vision coming in that you see so clearly and maybe other people do not. Your hope is the quintessential card for hope. The sun, a lot of clarity, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of growth, a lot of everything you need to grow. You're really hoping for the sun, for the growth, for the clarity, for the ease, those easy summer days, or the fantasy of those easy summer days. That's what you're hoping for. And to be able to embrace some sort of growth or some sort of, I almost want to say nurturing, because the sun, you know, when you're a plant, the sun is very nurturing, and that's, I mean, except without water, it'll kill you. So a sunny day. You're very hopeful for a sunny day, that everything's going to work out, everything's going to be going well, and everything's, especially with this new idea coming in, you're very hopeful that things are going to be going well here. What's at issue here is this 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups in the upright is the maximum amount of emotional fulfillment that any given situation can bring you. This is not good. This is not a good card if you're not very emotionally fulfilled and you get this card and it's like, that's it. That's all there is here. There's not going to be any more. And so it can be not great card, and we are taking it in the reverse. So it could be that this is as good as it's going to get in whatever situation you've been in, or it could be just not being emotionally fulfilled, not having, I mean, again, here we have this baby, and the baby represents the fulfillment of a relationship. It represents the fulfillment of love and emotion, and that's not come in for you. And there's this sense of this thing not having come in, the fulfillment that you were expecting. Something's just not been as fulfilling as you thought. And it was probably this thing from the past, or maybe this thing you were obsessed with, or just not having that emotional, you're not emotionally fulfilled, but you've got a new idea. So you might be heading in that direction. I see these things as being emotionally fulfilling, but see, this one, again, we're talking about your heart's ready to move forward. Your heart is aware that whatever situation is from the past here, whatever you were obsessed with and you thought was going to be very fulfilling, isn't. And your heart's aware of that and is ready to move forward towards emotional fulfillment. And this is saying, yeah, that whatever has gone on here has not been very emotionally fulfilling for you. And that fulfillment has eluded you. Your heart knows that. Your brain may be trying to catch up. In your environment, you have a person, possibly a judge or someone in authority here, somewhere in your environment. This is the king. The king is a court card, of course, so those are usually indicative of an actual person. Could be a vibe, though. But I'm going to say in your external, it's speaking person to me. This is someone who has the best interest or is trained, at least, in having the best interest of everyone at heart, who can balance truth, justice, and fairness and mercy, who can balance all of that, who can take into account extenuating circumstances. They're very clear. They have a clear vision. They're a clear communicator, very intellectual, smart, having a vision as well, but a vision that's well rooted in truth. Here we have this Ace of Swords coming in, this new beginning with lots of new ideas. This could be being brought in by somebody in authority, or someone who's a really good communicator, could be communicating a new truth to you that's going to help you open up this vision and help you see some things very clearly and understand some things very clearly. So this is somebody coming in with some sort of truth. Could be they're wielding this truth here, this Ace of Swords, some new ideas and some new concepts. So here's someone coming in. They understand truth. They are very smart, very intellectual. They've got a grasp of both sides to the story, and can really balance things out and be a guide. They are very focused. They might be a little bit angry about what's happened, what's gone on. They don't like injustice. They're very focused on justice and fairness. And they could be bringing you some new ideas here. Your to-do list. Oh my gosh, Libra. No, it was Virgo's to-do list. Just threw me. And now we have your to-do list, Scorpio, also just throwing me. What is this? Why is this in your to-do list? The Seven of Cups. Well, this one's actually a little easier. You've got some emotional, something going on, I want to say an inner demon here. An inner demon that's creating a lot of doubt, a lot of uncertainty. I mean, and you're hoping for this certainty here, but you've got, and something needs to be unmasked. That's the to-do list, is to reveal something. Something needs to be seen more clearly. And that's really what you've been wanting, is more clarity, and maybe even more clarity on what happened in the past. Because your heart's ready to go forward, but your brain's still like, what? So hopefully someone's bringing in some truth here, is going to tell you the truth about something and help you see something more clearly. So you are hoping for this clarity, this new understanding. You're hoping someone will bring that to you. Someone might be bringing that in for you. You're hoping for clarity. So I'm seeing a lot of like hoping for understanding, hoping to see something, hoping for true, honest communication, to really understand something that went on in the past that's really bothered you for a long time. And you've been a little maybe obsessed with it, maybe ruminating on it. And this is saying, yeah, you've got this inner demon, but something's got to be revealed. And you're the one that has to do it. This is your to-do list. This is take off some sort of mask, reveal something, be honest about something. And you know, the Seven of Cups is usually about having a lot of options and being a little overwhelmed. But this deck in particular has such a specific meaning. It's dealing with an inner demon, and the only way you're going to be able to deal with that inner demon is by revealing something, by taking off your mask or revealing something to somebody else, or revealing, there's something that needs to be revealed here, and it's your job. This is in your to-do list. You need to be doing the revealing. I don't think you're going to get clarity, and I don't think you're going to be able to deal with this inner demon unless you and this possibility for emotional upset, this tentative situation, it's a tense situation you're dealing with. Could be dealing with an institution, some sort of, you know, school or church or legal system. Yeah, I wouldn't go revealing too much unless without legal counsel. This could definitely be legal counsel here. But if you do have legal counsel, you need to be completely honest with them. Because having worked in the legal field for a while, when you have a client that's not being honest with you, you can go into court and the judge and opposing counsel, they'll find that out. They'll find that shit out. And then you're stuck there flat-footed, and you haven't been able to formulate a defense. You haven't been able to do anything. You're just stuck there like, why wouldn't you have told me that? Because now I'm shocked, and I have to come up with a defense in 2 seconds. And if you'd given me a day to come up with this would have been different. But so if you're like thinking you're you can't get good counsel without being honest, because with your own lawyer, that's why there's lawyer counsel protections. Like, that's why, I can't remember what that word is, but that's why that's there, is because your lawyer, in order to fairly, completely represent you, needs to know everything. So there are a few things like that. Your therapist needs to know. You should not be going into therapy. This is a waste of money to go to therapy and hide shit from your therapist. A waste of money to hire an attorney and hide shit from them. And then they'll decide what to bury. And then they'll be able to come up with an argument. So if the other side does uncover this, they'll at least have an answer, a good answer for that, and be able to deal with it. But if you don't tell your lawyer everything, oh my gosh, stupid waste of money to not tell your lawyer everything. So anyway, that's my practical legal advice today. So anyway, but you need to reveal something. I'm sorry. Because there's something that you haven't seen clearly, and if you want clarity, you've got to be clear too. You've got to bring that yourself. You can't be asking for clarity on things, and then. So you need to get clear. You might need to make some decisions. You might need to make some choices and decisions, and the clarity that you're craving is actually got to come from within. Possible outcome here is the devil energy. I said it's the devil energy. This is obsession. So this is my precious. This is a bit of the obsession we started out with. And I think you need to break that. And you need to break that by being honest about something and clear about something. Maybe you need to find clarity. Maybe you need to go out and ask some questions and get clarity on what happened. What didn't I know about what happened? Because it's been really bothering you. But the possible outcome, if you don't get this clarity, if you don't come clean or go in search of clarity and understanding, you could end up dealing with this devil energy. This is obsessive energy. This obsessive, controlling energy separates you from your ability to be on your true path, to maintain that true path. It's anything that separates you. The devil energy is anything that separates you from your inner knowing, from your intuition, from your ability to go on your own path. So it can be addiction, obsession, these sorts of things. And you need to get honest with yourself or start asking some questions of some other people, because if you don't, you could end up in sort of in some kind of addiction. Could be a mental addiction, could be a physical addiction to alcohol, drugs, something like that. Or it could just be anything that separates you from your true path, from your passions, from your love, and your ability to follow that. So the devil energy is coming in as a warning that that clarity you want, go find it, either within yourself or externally. Ask this King of Swords character. They're going to be honest. They're going to be able to tell you the truth. They won't be harsh about it. Well, they might be harsh about it, but yeah, you need to either ask for clarity or reveal something and share something so that things can get out in the open and that clarity you crave. I don't see that this is going, whatever situation we're talking about is going to end up with reversing the 10 of Cups, but this 7 of Cups is this unfulfilling emotional situation. This could get worse. It could be not just unfulfilling, but worse, confusing, overwhelming. Yeah, there's something hidden here that needs to be revealed, and it's either you or you need to start asking some more questions. All right, Scorpio, well, what a fun read that was. I hope it was helpful for you at least. So I do appreciate your likes, and I really appreciate your comments and your subscribes, and I hope you have a wonderful week.